Hey friends, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. So today we're going to do what we normally do around here, which is create this book. Create this book 2. I feel like I always say create this book and I don't even have the first one, I only have the second one. So create this book 2. We're going to be doing a couple pages out of here. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so the first pages that we're going to be doing today are pages 64 and 65. My book has officially gotten too thick and monstrous to just be opened on its own, so I have to tape it open now, which is absolutely ridiculous but also really funny, because I don't even think I've done half the pages in the book, so from now on I'm definitely going to have to be taping my book open. That's how monstrous it's gotten. It will not just lay open anymore. So that's what I'm doing here, is just taping the book open so that we can paint.
So my idea is to do like a bunch of collages of different colors and just kind of like cover the page in my handprints, and then maybe play around with like some black work over the top of it. I know that, I just got some right here. Crap. We'll cover that up somehow.
So this will be another rainbow page. I wanted to start with red, but it took me a minute to find my red paint, so I just started with orange, and then yellow and green, and then I finally found my red paint and was able to do red. So of course the red was supposed to be in the background, like behind the orange, but that's okay, because I'm just glad that I was able to find my red paint. I have no idea where it was. I had a hard time deciding if I wanted to put a handprint over the prompt, like if I wanted to cover the prompt or not. So at first I decided I didn't want to go over the prompt, so I did this like awkward hand situation where like the pink was almost completely over the purple, and I kind of hated it, so I did another purple handprint on top of it so that the purple would be in the front, and then I decided to do a light pink at the bottom and cover the prompt a little bit. Anyways, that was so complicating. But now we're going to be doing some black work over top each one. This is very similar to my rainbow page that I did in the last episode, but it's just a little bit more messy and a little bit more fun. So the goal here was to make the handprints that were like on the top lines really thick and bring them to the front, and then the ones that were in the back, try to send them to the back with like thinner, more spaced out lines. So that was the goal, and later on the yellow and the orange lines kind of like look like one giant thing instead of like separating the yellow and the orange. So I do go back and make the yellow lines a bit thicker just so that it separates the yellow and the orange. They are both in the back, but the yellow one is in front of the orange. I hope that makes sense. So I used my micron pens as always, and I just changed like what size I was using. I used like the biggest one on the green, and then as I went to the back I went down. I didn't really like plan out the black work here. I just did random things that popped in my head, like scribbles and lines, and I really liked the way the lines on the hand turned out on the green one, so I decided to do that on the red one too since it's in the front. And I'm just really happy with like the way that I was able to pull the handprints to the front and the back. I didn't want to do the same exact designs on all of them, so even though green and red got pretty much the same thing, I didn't want to keep doing that to all the ones in the front, so I tried to at least change the direction of the stripes and the line work on the pink and the rest of them. It's still like the same concept of like the thick lines, but I didn't want to do like the same exact design. I wanted to change it up a little bit. And then purple is obviously my absolute favorite black work to do, which are these circles. They almost look like stones maybe, or bubbles. I don't know. I always doodle this on everything. So when I'm doing black work, if I can fit it in somewhere, I always try to. It's just like, it's so soothing and relaxing to me to draw these circles. And I just really like it. So, and I also just think it looks really cool. It's like one of my favorite black works to do on top of color. So Super happy with how the purple one turned out. It's my favorite handprint on the page. For the blue, I needed it to be a lighter line work, but I didn't know exactly like what I wanted to do. So I ended up just doing this like spiral situation that spiraled out through the fingers, and it was a split decision, like random, but I really like it.
Alright, this is how the page turned out. What do you think? I actually really like it. After I fixed the yellow hand, I think that it looks really good. So yeah, I'm like really proud of this. I think it looks awesome. It's very similar to my rainbow page. It's just a little bit more like messy and collage-esque, I guess, with like the hands, but I think it turned out cool. So really proud of this. So the next page that we're going to do is create a page. Tear a page from an old book or magazine, stick it onto this page, and find a way to make it more interesting. Cut it up, write over it, incorporate it into a drawing, etc. So my idea for this page was, back when I was bookbinding, I cut up a book and I burnt a lot of the pages, I cut up a lot of the pages, I did all kinds of stuff. So I have all these extra pages that I didn't use that are from a book that I like burned and cut up, and I have all kinds of scraps. I also have a lot of scrapbook paper and like washi tapes and all kinds of different cut scissors. And so my idea was to like use these pages and like kind of scrapbook some cool like collage situation onto these pages. I don't really have a plan, I just thought we could dive in and play around. So let's see what happens.
Okay, so the first thing I had to do was pick which scrapbook paper I liked the most, and I really liked this leaf paper I've never used. I bought this scrapbook paper a really long time ago and I just hoarded it. I just hoard it until I have a reason to use it. So I really loved this green paper, and I thought that it looked really cool with the burnt pages. I really wanted to use this yellow scrap also that I found, and I played around with it a lot, and I ended up just discarding it and not using it. I also used this washi tape that is very silver and like iridescent in real life, but the camera made it look so blue. So I thought it looked really good with like the burnt pages and the green leaf paper in the background, but on camera it looks so blue, and I don't love it as much as what it looks like on camera and what it looks like in real life. So just know that it does look a little bit different in real life, just because the tape is very like silver and iridescent and not blue almost at all. It's not really blue at all. So what I did first was carefully glue down the burnt pages. Like, I had to be so careful because they're so delicate and they crumble so easily because they're like burnt to a crisp. So I had to like carefully glue down all the edges and just make sure that I wasn't crumbling them too bad. Obviously, I didn't have a plan for this page. I just sat there and rearranged things a million times until I was happy with how it looked. And that's just kind of how collaging and scrapbooking goes. You just play around with how you have things placed until you like it. So that's basically what I did here as well. Taping on top of washi tape is also really weird, and it doesn't like to stick. I did go over all of this with Mod Podge. With a page like this, I wouldn't normally do that. I'd do that with like paintings and stuff. But since I had burnt pages and stuff that could be like really crispy, and just the burnt pages were stressing me out because I didn't want them to like crumble or get messed up. So I just sealed it, and I think that that was probably the best decision that I could have made. And I could also seal the pages on top of the tape because they weren't wanting to glue on top of the tape. It was like a weird surface.
Alright, and this is how it turned out. The tape looks really blue on camera, but it's like iridescent, like it changes. But I can tell that like the view of the camera is making it very blue, which is interesting. But I do really like it a lot. I think it turned out super cute. This paper, the scrapbook paper with that paper turned out so good. And I did a couple coats of Mod Podge just to make sure that like the burnt pieces don't like come up or, you know, rip or anything. But I really enjoy how this one turned out. I had fun collaging it, and yeah, I just wish that like the camera could see all the different, it's more like iridescent and like silver to me, but on camera it's just picking up like extremely blue. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. There was one more page that I actually did, and unfortunately I lost all the footage and I'm really sad about it. But it was the create a limitation, and I did paint, and I got blue, pink, and brown, and I literally lost all the footage. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if I lost the SIM card that I recorded it on, but I know that I recorded it, so I'm really confused about where the footage went, but I've looked everywhere and I can't find it. So I'm so sorry. That's how this page turned out. It was a little awkward because the colors, the blue and the pink, were very similar, but I tried to do like a cherry blossom tree. It's okay. My sister did this page with me too, so this is how hers turned out. Hers turned out super cute as well. So yeah, I am a little sad that I lost the footage, but I thought I'd still show you guys the other one that I did. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe because I post videos every single week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!